Oh yeah, guys, we're back in the office, back in Berlin, and I gotta say, looking at the market, specifically pre-market after lunchtime, which is my local time, is just amazing. You're fully awake and ready to go, and so is the market just waking up and waiting for you, is what it feels like. Beautiful thing. Anyway, let me switch over to my trading screen, and you know what? I think I have to readjust this a little bit. Unfortunately, we didn't have that much action today, so I wasn't really able to utilize the trading day, but that's fine because my girlfriend's birthday is today, actually. So we are getting ready to head out anyway. So I have to wrap up more or less early. I could probably keep trading for another 10 minutes or so, but I'm not seeing a setup I really like. With INDO, we had this good pullback here, but since this flushed pretty hard, I wasn't going for it, and I was watching it here, but I was actually already filming the recap, and then I was like, oh, maybe I should trade it again. Then I was looking at it, but I didn't really love the setup, so I didn't go ahead and trade it. Overall market right now, it's kind of like wishy-washy. I'm really nervous about the market because I was posting these pics in the Discord earlier, but we're basically in a downwards trend with lower highs, lower lows. And now we're at this big resistance zone. So I'm not super optimistic that we're going to break this area. I think it would be totally premature. Obviously, anything's possible. But again, I'm mostly in cash right now, besides pretty much my crypto holdings. Like, I'm not very bullish at the moment with the overall market. Who knows? Anything can happen. And if it just went up 10%, I wouldn't really be surprised either. Like, I've been day trading and trading long enough where like nothing really surprises me. I'm just like, yeah, it's good, it's tradable, it's not tradable based on my strategy. So you can see here, these are the trades I did. Really, INDO, PSTG, which is a large cap, and then IMPP. I did small size today, and I only had small wins. A few times I sold right before the bigger move, right before it pops 4%, and I was like, that could have been my $500 winner, even with small size. And I kept on, scalping, taking small profits. I just figured, it's like no trade today I was like super excited about. So I'm not going to really gun it for no reason. But like I said, with the SPY kind of being at a really that crossroads of resistance right now on the backside, I'm being a little bit more cautious on this swing trade portfolio. So I am really, really, really looking forward to, why is there only three here? There should be four. I'm looking really forward to, what was I going to say? Start sizing into these positions again, because look, Space and CLOV, they're down 5% or so. Looking like really good entries coming up. I think I want to give it a little bit more time. I was really close to day trading CLOV though today, because if we go to the 5-minute, you can see this ticker, it's starting to crawl now on the back to the backside. And we had this move here below this nice support at 2.5. I was ready to size up at 247 and get this bounce, which I felt like was definitely going to happen. I was a hair too conservative, but we had a lot of bounces closer to 246, 247, even 245. So I wasn't going to front run it. And I was just going to kind of wait. Yeah, that was a bit of a mistake. So that could have put me over maybe 300 for the day. I don't know. It's always hard to say what could have happened. But I'm going to close this right now. Not a trade. I'm going to close these. It wasn't really something I want to be swing trading at the moment. But yeah, for day trading, that looked like a good opportunity. So let's go ahead first talk about, let's just talk about these tickers. INDO, PSTG, and IMPP. They're all part of our top gainer list right here. Yeah, so let's go ahead, start with this one, and it's really nice to see the market cap right here. And for my all positions, you can see it's always sorted by market cap. I always find that a really good way to get myself in the right perspective. For the day trading, I sort it by dollar volume because I want to know which ticker has the most volume. That's basically last price times the volume to line the tickers up a little bit more. Give it a bit more even comparing ability to compare apples to apples. Let's start with the INDO, and this ticker is actually might be a good trade right now. I just had a limit order here that I closed. Did you guys see that? I think it was right in the beginning of the stream, yeah, or the video. So, ooh, yeah, this is looking. There's a lot of potential here. Ooh, it's very tempting to want to trade this, but right now technically it's on a backside. Maybe at best it's going to be in this range for a little bit. You could probably scalp like 2-3% out of this move. Gotta breathe, gotta breathe. It's very tempting to want to trade this right now. In the meantime, let me actually reload this and see if my trades will pop up. Unfortunately, they're not popping up right now. I'm not really sure why. Sometimes reloading the screen works. Let No. Okay. Well, actually, you know what? I didn't trade it here. I thought I did trade it here, and that's why I was so confused. So let's go to this one first. Just, look at the daily, see how this one's performing. This has been the strongest. Oh man, the camera's like totally off. This has been a really, really strong multi-day runner here, INDO. And it's an oil and gas company. So a lot of these tickers have been flying on pretty much no catalyst because of the Russian invasion into Ukraine. So this is 700% move here ever since the consolidation. 7.5 million shares outstanding, so it's a very, very small amount of shares, which gives it that explosive ability. And now it's at 168 million market cap, which is still very small. I mean, think about how much this has come up. So this was a tiny, tiny stock originally. Let's go to the 5-minute down here, and you can kind of see we've been on a really strong trend to the upside. Pre-market, we were in this healthy channel to the upside, but upside channels do tend to break to the downside at one point. This was the third retest and broke to the downside, and then it was coming back to these all-time high areas. Yeah, see, look at that bounce. So we could have made 2-3% on that bounce. Yeah, coulda, shoulda, woulda. I was thinking if it does break this lightly, that could be that fake breakout to the downside, and that would have been probably my entry. I should have talked about it a little bit before so you could hear me kind of work through it mentally, but oh well, can't get them all. So yeah, on this ticker, I traded a backside move, which was a little disappointing. I didn't really want to trade backside, but I thought, there's really, really big support here, mainly because we had this big bounce in this area, and then we had this former top. I started buying in around 221, and then I started buying my last share size at 1973, and then I sold all of it into this pop back to VWAP. I sold a little bit prematurely, and then it runs 4%, which is kind of annoying. So I had the right idea, but my entries and exits weren't perfect, so I kind of missed out on that. And if I was in this position, I would close my position now, take my profits, because this looks like it could be on a backside move. So always want to be really careful with that. With INDO, I would just be very careful because this ticker could easily halt to the downside, and it's dangerous stuff. Before we talk about PSTG, let me share something with you guys, which we will talk about in, I think, a Friday's video. Maybe not Friday's recap, but I want to come out with another video. We got this right here, which is something from the Trade Journal store, tradejournal.co. You guys can see that. And then we got another thing from the Trade Journal store, some new items that I can't wait to share with you guys. I'll probably be wearing them on the stream, or not the stream. I keep saying stream because we stream for so long. But yeah, I'll throw those on in the upcoming videos, recap videos. Super excited to share that with you, but stay tuned for what that could be. And let's get back into it. PSTG, let's see what this one's brewing up right now. Oh, look, yeah, INDO still moving, PSTG. Loading. Let's start on the daily. This is where I saw this ticker pop up and it had decent volume. And like, unlike KRR, which Kroger, which didn't seem like super tradable in my eyes. I mean, yeah, it's crawling at a front side move. It just, the rate of change was slow on it. And the rate of change on PSTG was also, not super fast, but it was just nicer. So that's why I went with PSTG, Pure Storage Inc., tech company, tech hardware storage, peripherals. Okay. Interesting. Almost 300 shares outstanding, so that's pretty high, and $9 billion market cap. So this is a ticker that I'm usually not touching by any means. Let's see, they got a increased buy rating. I usually don't care about that. Up on Q4 results. So they're up on quarterly. That's pretty good. Not my favorite catalyst, but it's like a very sturdy catalyst. You sometimes get some decent mileage out of that, but like really consistent. So with this ticker on the 5-minute, it had a really good stare. Big breakout, consolidation, and another stare. Really like a classic gap and go, honestly. Like this is like a historical picture of a gap and go. We don't see these so clean anymore. And oftentimes they usually happen around 7 a.m. So like this, and not so much, right at the market close. But that's a bit of a different topic. Anywho, this ticker right before the market opened squeezes up a little bit more, around 4%. Probably not a squeeze. I don't really think it was shorts coming in, but it was pushing. Consolidates again, and then another pop. This would have been a tricky pullback because it was a weak bounce, sold off, and then even further than this. So this, somebody and a few people probably closed here and they were, biting themselves. That was a painful one for sure. Pops up like 6%, really nice. And that's why I went in on this one. I bought this one pullback, and then it was really slowly crawling up, and I sold like right around here. I didn't think we were going to get a pop right away to 32.5. I had it marked out because this was a former top breakout, bit of a ranging zone breakout. So many retests in this 32.5 zone. That's why I mapped it out. And I was thinking back in this area, I was like, all right, can we make it to 32.5? That's what I was looking at. So when I entered, this is literally how it looked right here. I thought we were going to get, since this ticker had a few of these kind of fake out attempts, I thought we were going to get another move lower. So I took profits with the intent of rebuying and getting that second move. So I missed out on like 2-3% front side, just like with INDO, or no, that was, that was INDO, where I missed that nice little move to the upside right on when I traded the backside. Kind of annoying, but it is what it is. And it's not about, perfect entries, perfect exits. It's about getting a chunk of the move, not even like the majority of it, just the chunk, just a chunk of it, because otherwise you're going to be tripping over yourself. And it happens to me quite a lot. Sometimes you get lucky and you get a perfect entry or perfect exit, but that's not the goal. Okay, so going back to PSTG, I traded this last move here as I was pulling back, because technically this was still a front side move. It was a strong sell-off, so I was quick to take profits. But yeah, this was a little bit of a move here. And, both times I didn't really trade with big size, and both times I didn't really do, get any of the chunk, like any decent move, like PSTG, that first trade, I entered a little bit too soon and I sold too soon. So this one was like really not great, which is kind of depressing. That was 4% bounce. So I could have done much better here. But again, I had the wrong mindset. I thought it was going to keep selling off, maybe have a second test here. So my mindset was off. And my execution therefore was definitely off. But at least, both of these I closed for scratches, and not a loss, which is nice. And then IMPP, because INDO definitely could have been a loss, like 100 or so loss. IMPP pops up, and this one was actually kind of a weak gapper. It was a ticker we've seen a lot in the past, just like INDO. So I kind of feel like a lot of these tickers are super extended. And this ticker on the backside, I mean, look at this resistance coming in this area. And right now it doesn't have the volume that shows it's going to really break it. Another oil and gas company, 61 million shares outstanding and $146 million market cap. So with this in mind, and with the kind of general macro catalyst, not a micro catalyst, nothing specific to the company, and a total sympathy play to INDO. I mean, it was following INDO like crazy today, where INDO would pop, and then a little bit later IMPP would pop or sell off, depending on what INDO was doing. So a total sympathy play, and I wasn't really crazy about trading this ticker. What I ended up doing, and I gotta really think about this, because again, my trades aren't showing up, which is so annoying. It's been happening more and more and more. Still not showing up. Let me actually go here to filled orders, and let me see. I actually don't remember exactly. So this was, I only traded IMPP pre-market along with INDO pre-market. So good to take note of that. And it looks like I only did one trade. So I did one trade at 14.13 at 241. Let's quickly, 14.13. That should be in Eastern Standard. No, that's in Berlin time. So that's 2:13, which is like 8:13, I think it is. Yeah, okay, so this ticker, that was right here. So this ticker was pulling back. I bought into this area, and then I sold 3 minutes later for this move right here. Nice small little front side move, so I'm pretty happy about that. Looks like there was a flash pullback here, little hammer. I missed that one. But yeah, so basically, let's zoom out. This ticker has a really key resistance zone right here, and we're now on a new little mini front side move. And what I was doing was looking to see if we can maybe maintain this front side. I wasn't crazy about the volume. Usually I'm looking for at least $200,000, ideally $300,000-$400,000 for a ticker at this price range. But yeah, it's not a great trading market for small caps, so it's fine. I'm gonna push it a little bit. So once we broke this area with relative to the market, okay volume, I was like, okay, this is in play. I bought that pullback here, and I sold into the spike. So by far, this was like my best trade of the day. It was a perfect setup. Took my profits and walked away. I could have maybe traded this twice. I don't know. So luckily, I think the best setup on the day, at least I made the most money on. I guess that's kind of cool. But $80, $60, $34, it's just like, talking about like turning the wheels and not really getting any traction. So first problem, I didn't size up today, which I wouldn't really say it's a problem. It's just like a weaker market where I don't really want to size up in. And second, I sold almost all of my trades before that move I was originally planning on. So just by holding a little bit longer, I could have easily doubled or tripled my profits for the day. And if I just sized up normal size, I could have probably doubled my profits. So you can kind of see where just a few tweaks makes a big difference on your overall P&L. And as the market starts heating up, we're going to start sizing up again. So hopefully we're going to get back to those $1,000 plus days fairly without really changing anything, just kind of waiting for the better market. Because I don't know, $170 a day. Like, I'll never complain about a green day, but it's just been slow. And then, yesterday took off, and then it's just it's tough. Oh well, I'm gonna stop ranting about that because I think everyone knows how I feel right now, and you guys probably feel a lot of the same stuff right now because it's been a really tough market. So for sure, going forward, keep an eye on these swing trades, guys. I mean, space just sold off a little bit more. I think we could get some really good dip trades later today. I probably won't be around, but that's what I would be looking for. Let's look at space. Woo! 7% sell off. This looks juicy. Look at that. It's kind of in no man's land right now. I'd be a little careful, but we've had some good bounces in this area. Definitely worth watching, but I'm gonna really wait till it gets closer to like really significant pivot areas, something in this area. Otherwise, you could be catching a falling knife here, and I wouldn't do more than day trade some of these swing trades right now. Not swing trades, but like meme stocks, tech stocks, and so on and so forth. So that's what I would be looking for. Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the recap video today. And don't forget to drop a like on the way out. If you are new, consider subscribing. We'd love to have you part of the community. And like always, guys, stay safe and make some awesome trades. Ciao, ciao.